What are you going to miss the most about racing?
Well, I love, man, there's a lot. I love to compete.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what kept me going for the longest time. I mean, I'll try to keep the backstory kind of short here and on topic, but that's something that for the longest time I was, you want to prove yourself. Like same way when you started your career. It's like that's something for me. That's what motivated me more than anything. It's like wanting to prove myself to people.
Yeah.
And I think as you get older and you kind of realize that you're fighting a fight that's never going to stop. Like if that's the mindset you have, like you're always going to feel like you're going to have to prove yourself. And once you kind of find more value in yourself, that kind of goes away and you got to find new motivation. And for me, it was always about kind of when I didn't feel I needed to prove myself anymore, the motivation came from like, I just want to compete with these guys. I want to do the best I can. I want to get out there and push myself. And I'll miss the feeling that gives me. Like no matter how the race went, laying down at night in your hotel room, knowing you left it all out there, there's like that sense of satisfaction, that sense of pride that comes with, just doing something that's difficult. And I'll miss the process too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll miss the waking up going to bed at the same time. Going to bed at 8:30, waking up at 5:30 and grinding it out in hopes of getting there on Saturday and capitalizing. Like I really enjoy the everyday grind of it all and the camaraderie that came with some of my training partners and going to the track and just talking shop, being around. And I really do love the industry.
Yep.
Like, and that's why I plan to stay around. It's not just something that I'm going to stay around because it's easy or, something that, just makes sense. I really like being around these people. And
yeah.
I like being around the squad. So I'll miss that.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You had anything?
No, I love hearing the behind the scenes of how you look at it. I think the one thing that I love as a big takeaway, and for people that are watching this, is the idea of staying locked in during a race, like that fear, like because Rampage always talks about him fighting. Like the minute you lose that fear is when you just you're done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you lose that spark, that fast twitch, that ability to stay locked in. But to think about you having to go out there and do 50, 60 laps every single day, and then have that on rinse and repeat for 3-4 years at a time, 10 years at a time, plus an amateur career, like I can't imagine what it takes to be at this high of a level of an athlete. Like. So you got to give yourself a little credit for being an athlete.
Yeah,
thank you.
That is like one of the most incredible things because I've sat down with some of the greatest athletes of all time, from basketball to football to baseball. And the one thing I love about motocross and supercross is that it is like a machine that you are riding that is so different than any other sport, right? It's not like your body where you can go take a bunch of creatine and some SARMs and you get jacked up and you can go beat anybody you want, right? And beat some USADA test. Like this is a machine. Like it's a weird thing to try to like put together for people who don't compete. Is like you don't have the capability of controlling the outcome. Like that machine also has to operate like your body and your mind. So it's like
you got to be one with it.
Yeah. I feel like if you don't respect that machine, it'll kick your ass every once in a while, really good. And when you hit the ground on a bike, you still have a 250-pound bike chasing you down.
That thing's chasing you down. You better keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah, it's like, you got to be ready.
Right?
It hurts bad. I feel like every time you hit the ground, it hurts.
Like the bike hitting you hurts?
I mean, if you fall over, if I had tip overs where a big common thing is just to lose traction in the front end, slide out. Sometimes when you come into a corner really fast and you just lose that, you're at Elsinore and they just watered it. You lose it really quick like that. You feel like I've seen stars.
Yeah,
how many times have you seen stars like crashing?
When you hit your head, like I would say like 3 years ago, I hit my head on the asphalt. It hurt so bad. I had the gnarliest road rash down my whole back and my whole shoulder and everything. And I'm like, dude, my head hurts. Like I hate hitting my head.
Yeah.
That's
I'd rather break
one
a bone.
thing. One thing, like going back to what you were saying about dirt bike racers in general, is they're gnarly, man. All of them. I mean, the kids, you see kids out there riding with broken collarbones and stuff. It's just different, and I'm sure it's the same way in MMA. All these things, but the level of toughness that is kind of the norm is very high. And the further I kind of remove myself from the identity of being a racer, the more I realize how it's not normal.
Yeah, I mean,